Well, Steve, a big thank you for joining us. And before we get to this weekend's, now crucial game against Sheffield, just a bit of a catch-up, really. Brilliant result against Whitehaven last weekend. How was your afternoon?
Yeah, great. It's always you always get two teams at Whitehaven, the travelling team, and then when you play them at their place, so you're going up there, and it's always going to be hard. And I thought we were quite tough, to be honest. We were quite tough and quite ruthless, and in hot weather, they had a great crowd on for the game, and we were up against it, but from minute one we were pretty much on it, and we played quite well.
And that's 5 wins out of 7 now since John Keir has taken over. How's the mood in the dressing room at the moment?
Yeah, it's been ace. It's been great. Bit of an old school voice. He appeals to me in that sense, being one of the older players in the team. So, he's been great, and he's obviously getting a tune out of us, and everything's just organised, and he's got his opinions and his points, and he puts them across really well, and the boys have taken to it really good.
Now, I said at the start of this that the Sheffield game is crucial because the playoffs is still a possibility. You need to win all your games and catch up with York, but it's doable-ish. So I mean, is that a bit outlandish at this point, or
probably? We probably need a bit of a collapse from a few teams above us, but. No, we see it as a big game because when we played them at their place, we feel like we let ourselves down. We didn't play very well, and we're saying that quite a lot from earlier in the season. But any time we play at home here, there's a lot of pressure on us. A very expectant, group of fans. So, in terms of the league, it probably isn't a massive game, but for ourselves, it is, and the internal pressure and. Well, what this club means to everyone, it is a big game.
I mean, with regards to to be involved at this point, me saying, "Oh, the playoffs is still a possibility," that in itself does show some form of progress at the club.
Yeah, of course it does. At the start of the season, the playoffs was our aim, but that quickly escalated into a bit of a disaster for us. Early to mid-season, but we've recovered well. We probably had to beat Barrow the other week for it to be a bit more of a reality. But look, we've recovered. Everybody's enjoying themselves. They're playing with a smile on their face. We've toughened up a little bit, and we're enjoying our rugby. So we've got 4 games left. We want as many wins as possible. We want to take all that into next season, and John's first full season, we want to hit the ground running.
And with regards to yourself as well, I mean, your kicking game was brilliant at the weekend. It's been pretty good all season. I mean, how's things with yourself? And there's been a couple of injuries, hasn't there? How's it been going?
I've had a bit of a strange season by my standards. Really. I've never really been injured very often, and obviously I came into the season after having surgery, so missed a few games, and then I had a fracture in my shoulder that put me out for a few months as well. So, but when I have played, I've been happy with what I've done, and I'm 33 now, so I'm still plugging along and still going, and I still feel like the body's got a lot more in it. So, I'm looking to go again.
Just to touch upon the mood at the club more generally, I touched upon it earlier about John Keir coming in. I mean, what's your sense on the springboard now, because it is looking like a springboard into towards next season? I mean, what's your thoughts on that side of things?
Yeah, you're probably right there. It's he wants to see what we're about. There's a lot of players here who are playing for the contracts and stuff for next year. So he'll be wanting to see what we're all about, and he'll have his own plans and ideas and things, people that he wants to bring in next year. But right now it's in the lads who are here. It's in their hands to prove what they're about and take this club forward. So it's just that time of year where there's a lot to play for on and off the pitch.
And looking ahead to Sheffield this weekend, looking forward to this game. And what's your message to the Widnes fans ahead of this one?
Yeah, well, they've been brilliant this year. They've had to put up with some poor performances, which we're not proud of at times. But I think they've, over the last 5 or 6 weeks, they've seen a lot of improvement in us. The Featherstone game, the crowd was unbelievable that day. So, we need a bit more of that. We'll be doing our best to make sure they're in a good mood.
And then closing the season off, it's Lisa Churian's away next, which is a tough game. Then the Premier Sports cameras for the Halifax match, and then finishing things off with Bradford. So a great way to close off the season, I suppose.
Three big clubs, 3 good fixtures to be involved in. We played really well against Lee here on Good Friday. They ran out comfortable winners, but we played really well. So we'll be looking forward to that. Just test yourselves against a good team, and then obviously Halifax and Bradford. I don't see why we can't beat them the way we're playing now. So it's these are all good fixtures, and we're excited for it.